I bought a pair of sandals which I want to give to my girlfriend who is at the next corner of this airport. Before fashion changes, this was in the inverted comma. So what is the time duration of change of fashion? From this corner to that corner. And this was a massive success in the whole of the Europe. That means you can make the person buy within this time. Getting my point? Why? Due to this innovation. Simple thing. I am giving another example, watch. Switzerland introduced watch in the market. And he hires a consultant and sends to the Middle East. Go and just tell me about the market in the Middle East. He finds everybody is wearing watch. He goes, sir, sorry, everybody is wearing watch. Now he hired the person from your institute, a student, and when a student goes to Dubai, he goes to the beach, he goes to the Burj Tower, he goes to the Dubai Mall. He forgets that madam will scold and just rusticate from the institute. But the last day when he was about to come back, he thought up to now somehow we have to save our own skin. So what he does at the last stage, he was just strolling there, then he finds it was Friday and everybody offering namaz. And he got this idea, idea is $1 billion. He goes back to Switzerland, he says, sir, simple. Because everybody is wearing watch, you introduce namaz music in the watch. And whole range of there is 100% market. And it happened, this is the factual in the global marketing. It changed the pattern of the watch there. So the lesson is, if nothing is there, you create. If something there, you change. This change has again a new dimension in the global. New dimension in the global business. Because everything, once you bring in the new form, there is a probability of the market in that. There is. The chances are that people will buy that. Therefore, we tell that the response of the market must be fast. How Sunil Bharti works? See, when I went to the South Africa, I saw big ad. I was very happy there. Because usually when you go to Africa, when long back I visited Ethiopia, then I thought that Africa is very poor. But when I went to South Africa, it is as good as Europe. So I had a different feeling there. And the interview which your Sunil Bharti gave, he says that look, working in this African country, 17 African countries, is much easier for me than working in India. You just imagine what the business does that. And what is the focus of the Sunil Bharti? Simple. The first, that means product life cycle, you have read it, is just initial aggressive, high risk zone, very aggressive zone. Capture the market, switch over to the second. Very simple example is your Acai in your country. 15-20 years back when Acai was introduced, Acai gave a new concept in your country. 20 years back there used to be one TV in my house, if I remember, all of us, particularly madam must be remembering that. If a student they don't know, one TV. Today every house you go 2-3 TVs. Thanks to Acai he gave the new concept, 2 TV same price. And with the Baron, they captured the whole Indian market 17 to 18% only in 10 years. What I mean to say that the new ideas. So that that's why Japan 5.5 lakhs patent every year Japan's files. America files around 4.5 lakhs. Even China files around 2 lakhs, and we are still struggling at 30,000 to 35,000. What I mean to say that all the time it is very much true, people say that idea has $1 billion. It is very much true. So if you see the in search of excellence, that idea must be developed where? At this platform. This is the best platform for the development of the new idea. And the third one is about your productivity. Simple way. We keep on discussing global scenario, this, that. The moment I go out of that, पता नहीं what did he taught, पता नहीं what did students learn, पता नहीं something was being spoken. What I mean to say that when we are sitting 2 hours in a class, what is the per unit output in me, we are the best judge for that. It says that you are the pilot of your destiny. You are the pilot of your destiny. That means whether you are stuck in the World Trade Tower or keep on flying in the sky, it is up to you. So it says that how much, what happens that Britishers, they protected their white collar job without thinking about the productivity. West Germany, they retained the workers very, very ruthlessly without thinking about that output. West Germany is a very, very higher level on the global productivity map. Britain is a very, very lower level on the global productivity map. Focus is the productivity. You have to be productive. These days you see all the new companies, all the multinational companies, where do they focus? They don't care for, if you see the good companies, they don't care of, their concern is only output. Nothing else, only output. So how much is that per unit output? That is extremely important for you. So the crux of the global economy is that basically you need to focus on this competitiveness, innovation and productivity. Clear? Before I further proceed, you tell me if you have anything to ask. Anything which you wanted to ask. Or should I ask you? Okay, you tell me the simple questions. Very simple I am asking. What for we all are sitting here? Value addition. Yeah, anything else? Why are we? Exchange of ideas or information. Anything else? To achieve the excellency. Keep on telling that. Constructive change in our personality. Very good. Tell. To gain knowledge. Very good. Learning. Good. Keep on telling. Learn from our experience. Very good. Keep on telling. To gain the knowledge. Good. To broaden our vision. Good. Keep on telling. To bring the constructive change in the personality. Good. To enhance the knowledge. Good.
It's not about global economy, but global personality.
It's a global personality. Very good. Good. See, that means when I started the class, I said to you that all of you are intelligent. See, sometimes I think why the IIMs student, they are getting these crores of the bucks as a salary. Anybody why? I'll just tell you. Very simple difference. If you see the personality IQ, after 16 years IQ moves like this. Before 16 IQ moves like this. This is the IQ definition. This is the established facts of the IQ. After 16 IQ moves like this. That means there is no difference between you and I. No difference, because all of us are beyond 16 years. Now what makes me to teach you? What makes you to learn then? The second question. Very simple answer would be, that whatever right now we are discussing, that wisdom, way of taking decisions, attitude, What I said that these are the yours assets, and that is the things which makes after 16 you somewhere different and others different. Otherwise, after 16, when the IQ moves like that, everybody should be the same. That's why we say that passion. What do we say? When we tell that the learning, then we say that you should have that passion of that learning. Why passion? See, the world, the meaning of that word has whole, that movie, you know, that made the whole change, that meaning of the idiot has been changed. In Lucknow engineering college, the students, they innovated one thing that is called that without gear, that vehicle, four-wheeler without that steering. And the name, what name they gave, you know? 5 idiots. That means these are the person who changed the concept of the idiots. Idiots were directly, earlier, I know when I was a student, my teacher used to say, idiots पढ़ाई नहीं करता. This was, see, our teacher school days, they used to slap also, don't worry. So, when they tell you that idiot पढ़ाई नहीं करता है, and today you prefer to be called as an idiot. You imagine, because that idiocracy is directly linked with your creativity. So that one good word I picked up from that movie was this, that creativity and that passion. That raise yourself to that level where really that gives you that you enjoy that. That's why that is the outcome of, you know, that what is called that, who was the CEO of the Apple? Steve Jobs. You know, when Steve Jobs went to take an interview, when he entered into the room of the interview, all the interviewer, all the persons who were sitting on that, everybody thought ye to gaya. Because he was in such a shabby condition, big hair, no comb, the American cat style, casual American teenagers style, completely. But when he enters, several questions were asked, then answer he used to give, you know, I have the different idea, I'll innovate something. So like that pani mein gaadi chalana. All the answers were like that. Everybody thought, ye to khatam lag raha. But the CEO of Apple was sitting in that interview and he says, look, when this boy was telling, let him give a chance. Mind it, the chance was given to him and he really changed the whole range of the Apple. The whole global business leadership was changed. Now the thing is, how did he do that? Due to that distinguished skill which he was having in his mind. Same thing about G. What I mean to say that, you know, particularly this last, this is the crux of your global business. We have already discussed about the last one. You see, this is important for you. Per capita income doubled in 10 years in China, 11 years in South Korea, which took UK 58 years, 48 years USA, and 34 years in Japan, roughly that. And the highest producers in future expected to China, Israel, Japan, Korea, and Singapore. This is important. You know, even the small countries now, like Singapore, those who visited Singapore, I think 70, 80 years back, they told me that, you look, Singapore was as good as India. But today, when we visit Singapore, we say, look, this is a developed country. Because the per capita income of Singapore is around 32,000, something like that. We are still struggling in that 1,000 of the per capita income. So that highest producer in future is important. One thing about the Asia is there, future of the Asia is there. The future of the Asia is bright because the worldwide there is completely delocalization of the industry. Delocalization means even as dare to set up industry in New York because the other things are so stringent. So they don't allow you. So what they do in the other area, they try you to set up the business. And the second is already in developed world, they have already got a little of a stage where the growth is not that much faster. And the developing country, one thing is about the labor in the developing country. Why? The China is competing the world today. The China's labor cost is only 5% of that of the United States of America. Only 8 to 10% of the nearby country like Singapore, like your Hong Kong, 8 to 10% to 14% of the labor cost. Imagine when the labor cost is 5% of the United States of America, how can we defeat China? So globally what's happening and the decrease in rate of job creation in the developed world, this is going down. Next is there is a trade tension between West and emerging market. Emerging market like Latin America, Brazil is there, like Asia, the Southeast Asian countries are there, like North America, other countries are there, even Europe, Morocco is there, even Africa, you go South Africa, it is as good as Europe. So name is only South Africa. If you go to Ethiopia side, Ethiopia you find completely poor country, very poor. But that feeling you won't get when you go to South Africa. So that is completely sort of the country with the, so what is, these are the emerging markets. So these are the emerging market. So what they will do that, they will try to shift that. And the last is your desynchronization of economic cycles in West Europe, North America and East Asia. Our lesson before the developing countries that let us focus on the area where we have or wherever we are in a better condition. Simple. See today, have you heard that Mitti coal? Simple. The brand Mitti coal from Gujarat, it is such a nice idea, even Mitti tawa they manufacture that. Even the refrigerator they have manufactured from the Mitti which works without your electricity. Now imagine that we are talking about the greenness. Once this Mitti cool is there, how much environment friendly product that would be. So what I want to tell you that let the developing country should gain that or should focus on the advantages which they are having their possession. Clear? There are a lot. So let us, I think, if you have anything, you ask it. Otherwise, let us stop here. Anything which you wanted to know, because we have a very huge list of these areas. Have you ever thought why China is growing so fast? Because of manufacturing hub. Good. Why China is growing so fast?
Economies of scale.
Economies of a scale. Good. With the technology. Good. When we talk cheap labor. Good, good, good. You see, the most of the multinationals, they are setting up their R&D hub in China. Because China has been focusing very, very systematically on that aspect. So what innovation we are just talking, what China is doing very, very systematically, they are just allowing the other multinational to work there and have not only manufacturing rather than R&D hub itself. and as a result you just imagine if that knowledge is being percolated. So the developing country must work like that innovation hub in their own area so that they are also able to grow faster in that. Clear? China already we have spoken.
Students, I would request you to please ask sir questions as many as possible. No, you have a good resource person. Kindly ask questions from sir.
These are the lastest growing economy. Yeah, now you just ask the questions, otherwise we have lot. So that much we see the basic broad area which I gave you today about the global economy, and we said that the Western Europe, North America, Japan, Southeast Asian countries, Australia and New Zealand, these are the area highly growing area, leading growth area of the globe, and where we said you about that following that 80-20 principle, where majority of the resources being consumed by very few, that is 14 to 15% of the population. Why, how, there are a lot to be discussed, and its discussion can go on for further, but let us stop here. If you have anything, you just ask us. Okay, clear? If you don't have, that is the best answer. But whatever in the initial stages just we discussed, always remember that distinguished skill, excellency, passion, purpose, and what we said that your own inculcation of the own virtues, that certainly pays further in your life. Okay, all the best. Then let us stop here. God bless you.